Hey y'all, TRG here, back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the risk for cloud cover as well as a severe weather threat on April 8th, which is our eclipse. So let's go right ahead and dive on into today's video. Starting out here with our 500 millibar wind speeds for today. Of course, we have our big leftover trough out here in the eastern side of the U.S. This is going to progress up the eastern seaboard, and this could cause, and actually I should say will cause, a winter storm up there. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And then we get this more largely negatively tilted trough ejection here for about what looks to be Saturday, April 6th, and this could cause the potential for an isolated severe weather threat. They did downgrade that risk on the day 3, so I will show you guys that. And then if we go and push this out towards April 8th, you'll see this more elongated positively tilted trough ejection. It looks nearly the same setup as what we just went through, except for a whole lot less well defined. So I'm not expecting any widespread outbreak for severe weather with this threat for severe weather. So again, we have this trough out in the west, and then this is going to have a jet stream over our risk regions out here in the south, and that's going to actually a big time influence our totality risk and who may actually see that eclipse and whatnot. Of course, your totality is still going to be the same, but cloud cover over that totality area will be an issue. And then April 9th, it doesn't look to be anything significant for April 9th as well, but we could still see an isolated severe weather threat materialize. We'll look at both the day 5 and 6 outlook here in just a second, but I want to go ahead and look at your supercell composite just to give you guys an idea of how widespread this threat may be. And you can see here on Saturday, April 6th, it's a very concentrated area of a small window of favorable severe weather. So that's why they downgraded that threat. It doesn't look to be anything too notable. And Sunday, April 7th, looks pretty interesting. I wouldn't be shocked to see them talk about severe weather on that day, but they did say predictability was just a little bit too low to introduce anything. And then April 8th, of course, our eclipse day, we do have a risk for severe weather outlined. This looks like a large area for the potential of severe weather, but no concentrated area of significant severe weather potential just yet. And then April 9th, we also have a 15% chance, but again, no concentrated area of significant severe weather from what I can tell. If anything, it may be out towards Louisiana and Texas. So let's go ahead and talk more about that. So here's your precipitation type right now as of April 4th. And of course, you can see your big winter storm up there in the northeastern side of the U.S. And if we progress this forward, you'll notice that continues throughout the rest of today and into tomorrow, and most of actually tomorrow as well. This is going to cause the potential for, believe it or not, as well as damaging winds up there just because that cyclone is so strong. And then on Saturday, April 6th, we get our severe weather threat out there in the central western plains. And then, of course, for April 8th, we get that severe weather threat that appears right there with rainfall and of course cloud cover as well. And then April 9th, that pushes just a bit more to the south and east. And then of course, if we go ahead and progress that, it will eventually get out of here. Probably not until nearly the 11th is when that system's going to eventually exit off of the deep south. So that's going to be a long duration threat for probably severe weather. A bit of uncertainty again regarding the threat for severe weather on the 7th as well as the 10th, but I would not be shocked to see them introduce any type of severe weather probabilities for either one of those days. So here's your day 3 outlook for the potential of severe weather, and I wouldn't be shocked to see them introduce on the day 1 outlook another slight risk. They did downgrade that from a day 4 slight to a day 3 marginal risk. Mainly what we're looking at is large hail and isolated damaging winds, but a brief tornado can't be ruled out. And same goes for the day 5 outlook out here in the southern portion of the U.S. And remember, this is for April 8th. So that is going to be your day of the eclipse. If you guys are in or around this 15% chance for severe weather, there's a good likelihood that you are not going to be able to see the eclipse on this day, which is of course April 8th. And I don't know too much about the hazards. It looks like wind and hail should be the primary threat, but I'm sure tornado threat will be a bit higher with this threat as opposed to the day 3 outlook. And same for the day 6. I think day 6 is going to be our main day with the all hazards threat potential on April 9th. Let's go ahead and head on into your cloud cover forecast. Before I dive on into our cloud cover forecast for our eclipse on April 8th, can you guys go ahead and hit that like button, share this video with family, friends, and on social media. It really helps to spread the word about severe weather, as well as this eclipse for anyone who may not be aware of it. And subscribe to the channel with the notification bell set to all if you are new to the channel. Let's go ahead and get into your cloud cover forecast. So first, we're going to take a look at your GFS model. We're not going to take this seriously because it tends to overdo the cloud cover. But generally, what we're looking at is a large area in the northern and central portion of the U.S. for the potential of overcast and really, I mean, cloud cover everywhere. And then another area in the southern side of the U.S. I think the best viewing opportunity is probably going to be up here in the Midwest, but even that may be a bit of an issue. We'll take a look at the forecast in just a second. But I also want to show you guys a more conservative forecast here, which is going to be the ensembles here, the GDPS for cloud cover the day of. And actually, if we go ahead and pull this forward, we can go to even the hour of. So this is the day and hour of our forecast for the eclipse, April 8th. And you can see cloud cover really, again, focused on the northern side of this big cyclone that's probably going to be a threat for severe weather. And again, on April 8th, it just seems like really the southern portion and the northern portion of the U.S. are going to have the biggest issue for cloud cover. So this is the exact time of the eclipse, 2 p.m. Eastern, when it should be across, I should say crossing across the U.S. So we'll see. Like I said, probably up here in the Midwest is going to be your best viewing opportunity because you're going to start seeing a lot of cloud covers that pull through up here. So really you're looking at this stretch for the best shot for a viewing opportunity of our eclipse. And if we go ahead and go over to this is where our eclipse is, of course, going, just in case some of y'all haven't seen it just yet. This is generally where it is going over, and you can see that it's going to be tracking right at our risk for severe weather. I mean, we're talking right towards Dallas, which is exactly where we have that 15% chance for severe weather on April 8th. And then again, I think the best opportunity is going to be up here towards the Midwest, Arkansas, southern Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. And I think if you go into Ohio, that cloud cover could be a little bit higher, a little bit more up there. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I think we're going to have some viewing areas, or I should say viewing issues here in the northern side and the southern side, of course, the southern side of our eclipse viewing area. So just be careful if you guys are on the northern or the southern side here, especially this area. Personally, I wouldn't be planning to go out to Texas whatsoever. I just think the cloud cover is going to be a last second decision. And then for the Midwest, honestly, it's a 50-50 up there. Again, we'll look at the forecast here actually right now. You can see the best viewing opportunity they have. Again, they're kind of 50-50 up there on the eastern side of the Midwest. But like I said, Illinois, Arkansas, Missouri, Indiana, that's going to be your best shot at viewing the eclipse. And then again, frankly, down here in Texas, I personally wouldn't be booking any type of flights or planning on going out there because it just does not look good. Your best opportunity is by far going to be up here. But to be honest, I don't see many people going up there. I'm not sure exactly why. Most of the people, at least people that I know, have scheduled flights and travel days out for this location, really specifically Ohio. But personally, I think it's going to be out in southern Illinois and Indiana. So if you guys are planning to go out for the eclipse, which I recommend you guys do, your best opportunity should be right out in this location here on April 8th. There's a very high likelihood that I will be streaming the threat for severe weather. The reason why is if I have cloud cover over my neck of the woods, I'm not going to be trying to look for the eclipse, unfortunately. So it depends on if I'll be live on April 8th on the cloud cover. So again, this is your map from the National Weather Service here. So if you are in that gray area, again, on the north side or the south side, that's where I was talking about the most cloud cover being an issue. And then kind of a 50-50 out in this neck of the woods. So we'll just monitor it closely, y'all. This is very close now. We are, only about 3-4 days out from the eclipse here. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy my forecast, and we will see how dead wrong I am. But thank you to the National Weather Service for putting out this map. It really helped. I saw it last second, so big shout out to the National Weather Service. This really helped with the video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, watch severe weather, and go try to see this eclipse.